What's up everyone? I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. I hope you guys crush it. Today, I want to shoot a video specifically talking about the importance of doing a self-audit, why we don't do enough self-audit, and more importantly, I'm going to show you how you can audit yourself on your current lifestyle and the people that you're around, where you are right now to where you actually want to achieve in life, the gap. To start off this video, I'm going to say this, that honesty and humility is a very good thing and it'll get you very, very far. And that is what makes us human. I remember when I was in sales, one of the good guys that trained me told me that if you are honest, your customers will come back and you guys are going to build a long-term relationship. Versus if you lie to a customer, they're going to be pissed off at you and you're going to have a short-term relationship. And it couldn't be more true because I've done both. I remember this one time, the Dyson vacuums, these brand new vacuums just rolled into the store and all the retail stores. It's a brand new technology. And there's this one customer that asked me for help. I actually worked in TV, so I had no knowledge of any of these Dyson vacuums. I'm not even supposed to sell them, but I didn't want to seem like I'm not knowledgeable. So my ego took me away and kind of be like, yeah, I can help you. I know this stuff. I was making stuff up along the ways and I was just reading the tag. And later when I sold the item to the customer, I realized that I read the tag of the wrong item that I was trying to sell. So they had it backwards. What ended up happening was the customer returned and he was really pissed off. So one of the things I learned from that experience is that if you don't know something, it is okay to admit that you don't know something. Because a lot of people, when we make a mistake, we tend to double down and we make things worse. The reason that a lot of people, we double down on our mistakes is because we want to protect our egos. We don't want our egos to get hurt. Usually when people make a mistake, we are very quick to deflect that mistake on someone else and blame it on someone else because we don't want to admit that it is our fault. We as humans generally don't like to, we have this ego, so we don't like to apologize. So for example, I'll give you a quick example. Say you're driving a car down the highway and you're going a little too fast and the other guy already signaled and he went into your lane and you accidentally hit him in the back bumper, but yet you immediately blame the other guy for cutting your lane, but in reality you were going too fast, so it's actually your fault. And a lot of people have that tendency to do that, just to automatically blame on the other person, which is very, very bad. The reason why a lot of people don't like to apologize and admit the wrongdoing is because we like to have the control. We like to have that power. This is why so many marriages and relationships fail, because we don't apologize. A lot of times when we make a mistake, we don't apologize. In reality, we have this, when we don't apologize, we have this short-term power. But in the long run, it's gonna, your partner is gonna lose trust in the relationship. And what ends up gonna happen is that there's gonna be more fights gonna happen, and there's gonna be more conflicts, and there's going to be more retaliation. And more importantly, if you fail to apologize, a lot of times you're not open to constructive criticism, which is the most important thing for us as humans to grow. Because everyone can use feedback in order to grow. So one of the key things I self-audit myself is I used to be a value taker person. I always in that value taker mode. I only really want to help people if I see value in helping them, or I offer value, but I was very clear on what I want back. And that's really bad because now I self-audit myself and I understand the value, how important it is to have that power of giving. Giving to other people is special. But the power of giving to other people and not talk about it, because it is much harder to stick to your guns and do the right thing and not talk about it than actually brag about it. I also used to be this type of guy that always seek validation all the time. And you think about it, validation is like a dirty drug. You get it and then you lose it. You get it and you lose it. You get it and you lose it. And it's a repeating cycle, just like drugs. And it's gonna eat you inside and eventually it'll suck the life out of you. And in my last video, I talk about finding that mind space to think so you can self-audit. And that's what happened. I found that mind space to self-audit. I took some time, just sit and relax and think about what I could be better at. And then I later realized that I am complete. I don't need other people's validation. Other people's opinions of me don't matter. And that I realized that it is very important to give, the power of giving, and how important it is to feel appreciate things when people give you things, gratitude, humility. Doing this self-audit thing really helped me shape out to be a better and happier person because of this. And I can't be more blessed. When you make a mistake and you're digging your heels too deep, that just shows your weakness to other people. It's not showing your strength. So now that I have covered why it is important to do self-audit, now we get to the good part on what you can do to actually self-audit yourself and get closer to your life goal. In order to set your boundaries, you need to know what your goal is. So I want you to imagine this. I want you to imagine what your full potential is. What age will your full potential be? Mine would be 55. That'll be my peak in terms of physical, my health, and wealth and everything. Just what do you want to be when you're at your peak age? Just imagine that. Mine is 55. What do you imagine your health will be, and what do you imagine your net worth will be at that time? I want you to imagine that right now. And I don't want you to come up with something like, oh, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a billionaire, or I want to be a Mount Olympus, or I want to bike to Mars. I want a realistic goal that you can actually achieve, but at the same time, that is very, very cool. Now that you have that in mind, now I want you to look at everything that you do in a day. Everything that you do in a day. So from showering, how long it takes you to shower, how long it takes you to get out of bed, how long it takes you to meal prep, how long it takes you, how much time you spend on gaming, how much time you spend on watching TV, and how much time you spend on drinking alcohol, how much time you spend on everything. Just write it all down. And for each activity, I want you to, from a scale from 0 to 10, I want you to rate how much it offers you. And at the same time, I want you to have a 0 to 10 on how much value it takes away from you. So for example, gaming, sure, you have a lot of fun, but at the same time, it takes a lot of time away from you. In that time, you could have did something way more productive. Going to a restaurant, right? Going to a restaurant, you're gonna take X amount of time to go to the restaurant, which is gonna cost you gas to get there. And then once you go there, you're gonna wait in the restaurant. And in the restaurant, you're gonna wait for your food, which is never the most healthy option out there. And then you're gonna pay for the food, and then you have to commute home. And how long did that take you? It took you a lot of energy, it took you a lot of money, time, and effort. If you're looking at stuff like alcohol or drugs, like cocaine, I don't ever want to do cocaine, but anyways, I don't know how it feels like, but you probably have a lot of fun in the front end. But in the back end, how much does that hurt you, right? It might be a lot of fun in the face of value, but in the behind, it's gonna hurt you it's gonna put you 10 steps back, right? And this is called the compound interest effect. So you have an interest that builds upon interest, and it just accumulates over time, and it just gets more and more. So if, for example, if you're eating healthy food, you can have that compound effect where you do it every day, you'll get healthier and healthier and healthier. It compounds in a positive way. But at the same time, you eat unhealthy food, it'll compound in the negative way, and it's gonna put you in the bad spot. Now that you have all the activities laid out and audited, now let's get to the harder part. I want you to have the people that are the closest to you, the people, your friends that you hang out with, the closest to you, your significant other. I want you to actually write them down. How much value do they, on a scale to 0 to 10, how much value do they offer, do they bring to the table? And how much do they take away from you? So it could be, are they energy suckers? Do they suck energy from you? Do they bring a lot of negativity all the time and drains you? I'm not telling you that you have to cut these people out of your life, but what I am telling you is that these people are the people that are gonna give you the negative energy. You're never gonna achieve the goal that you wanna achieve with these people. So you have to create time for them you can put them in the charity bin. You can never put them in your dreams bin. So now you have all the activities and you have all the people that you are closely around audited. And the reason I want you to do this is because I want you to see where you actually are and where you are where you want to head, where your goal is. When I told you to visualize what you want to be, where you want to be in your prime year, I want you to visualize whether you are reaching that goal. So now you wrote everything down on who you audited, on the close people that you audited, and the activities that you audited. Now I want you to think about what else. What else could you have done with that time, or who else could you have spent your time with? Because that space is taken away from you, that opportunity cost, because you could have had that space to find that better partner. You could have had that space to find that better friend. You could have had the space to find a better job, but that's taken because in this physical world we live in, time is scarce. So I want you to think about what gives you the best return on investment. So now one of the key things I want to share right now, there's two different worlds. There's the physical world that we're all living in right now, where time is limited, but then there's also the spiritual world, where if you read the book Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, that will explain that time is unlimited, and we live in the present of the moment, and that everything around us is in abundance. So in the spiritual, it's the abundance mindset, versus in the physical world, it's the scarcity mindset. And the key thing is that I think of it as a cross. The physical and the spiritual. You want to be in the middle. You want to be in that intersection. You don't want to be too much of one or the other. I know people that are one way or the other, and it's not good, because if you're too much into physical, you're always going to be twitchy. You're never going to be happy. You're always going to be the I'll be happy when mindset. So when you have a goal and then when you reach it, you'll make another new goal, because you're never happy. You're always twitchy, you're always angry, and you're never satisfied. You don't know the power of giving. You always are a value taker. So I'll get to that later on how much power it is to give to other people. The power of giving is so powerful. And usually the people in the physical, they're gonna be in the value taker mode. They will give you some value, but they're going to be very clear on what they want back. These guys are never happy. But then on the other end of the spectrum, you have people that are too much in the spiritual, and that's not good either, because at least with the people that are too in the physical, they actually work hard to get to where they are, versus people in too much in spiritual, they don't actually work. They don't know what hard work is. So that's why it's very important that you want to meet right in the middle, where you are always present to the moment, everything around you is in abundance, but at the same time, be mindful of that you're living in a scarcity world. So when you value your time, other people are gonna value your time. They're gonna be at the best around you, because they're gonna realize that you care about, you value yourself. Versus when they're with other people, they're not gonna give a shit. But when they're with you, they're gonna be at their utmost attention, because you value your time and they value people more. You're at a higher importance. To conclude everything, I want you to understand the power of giving. Power of giving is so important. The ability to give to other people, doing the right thing, but at the same time, never talk about it. You never want to be that guy that shows off. It is so much harder to stick to your guns and actually do the right thing and not tell people about it than to brag to people about that you did the right thing. Right? So you want to stick to your guns, and you have to learn the power to share, the power to give, offer good interaction in the dating. So since this is a dating channel, I know I'm getting a little bit straight away with this self-help stuff, and this is a dating channel, and trust me, I'll get back to more of the dating stuff, but this is the fundamentals that are required. And the power of giving is so important. That ability to, when in the dating scene, to give, to offer good time, to offer great moments, to offer and to give good conversation and to give good stories. The ability to create fun time, the ability to create new memories. That is very important. The power of giving, just doing the right thing. That's the main takeaway I want you to get out of this video here today. It has been very beautiful shooting here today, and I'm very happy that I am able to link all these past videos to this specific video on how to self-audit, and the importance, how important it is to actually self-audit yourself, because that is how we can, the ability to have constructive feedback, allow to take it, rather than when you make a mistake, rather than double down on that mistake and actually face your mistake and actually better yourself, you're going to be so much further than other people that have that biased way of thinking. I always think that they have to mask themselves from their insecurities. and their egos. Instead of doing that, actually have humility to the world, have the ability to have gratitude, have the ability to share to the world, ability to give is so important. And that's the main takeaway I want you from this video. But that is all I have for you in this video today, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.